Welcome to another episode of Dinner Starts Here. Stylish headwear, Marianne. Not bad, because we're in a very clean environment here at Sheldon Creek Dairy. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for coming.
So Marianne, Sheldon Creek Dairy, you're obviously processing milk and milk products, but it actually starts before that, right outside that window, because you're dairy farmers too.
Yes, we are, yeah.
Tell me about the farm.
Yeah, so we milk 55 cows here at Haan Farms. My sister and my father, John and Emily, are both in charge of the farm side. So they manage all the things from cropping to taking care of our animals, and also in the midst of building a new robot barn. So that's pretty exciting.
New barn, that is exciting.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So they look after the cows, and then obviously the cows are producing milk.
Yes.
The milk, which is pretty unique in Ontario, to that basically it's going across the driveway and coming here, and then you're bottling.
Exactly, yeah. So every week, a couple times a week, we move milk from the farm to our processing facility. And here we make whole milk products. So what really is the most unique part about our product is that our cream rises to the top. We don't homogenize and we minimally pasteurize. So it's really as close to raw milk as legally possible here in Ontario. People love using it to make their own cheeses or their own yogurts.
So then why, because obviously there are a lot of dairy farmers that just let the milk truck back up and drive away. Why did you guys decide you wanted to process your own?
There's a couple of reasons. My mom will say it was a retirement plan, which...
that doesn't work. Most people retirement plan is like Arizona or Florida.
Well, if you've ever met my mother, she is like, go, yeah. So there's never a dull moment. But in 2012, we opened our doors, and at that time, we were just making whole milk and a dark chocolate milk. We now have a wide range of products, from yogurt, which is actually traditional Greek-style yogurt, naturally strained. We also make kefir. We make lebne, which is like a Lebanese cream cheese. And we also make, of course, our eggnog, which we're going to be able to see today.
Your eggnog
Eggnog, yeah.
What a perfect time of year.
And I guess strawberry milk, too. So we do strawberry milk as well. So we do eggnog seasonally at Christmas, Easter, and Thanksgiving, and then we do strawberry milk in the summertime. And keep your ears tuned, because next year we are going to be coming out with a couple new flavors.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. So then where does the milk go after it's done here? Where does it go?
All over Ontario. So we distribute to about 280 locations across Ontario. So most of them, I would say, are independently owned and operated, family owned. We love working with other family businesses. So anywhere from your local general store to a Foodland to a larger store like Whole Foods, Pusateri's, as well as farmers markets. So we do go to quite a few farmers markets around the area in the summertime, as well as St. Lawrence Market year-round.
Isn't that cool? Okay, so it's obviously all over the place, but let's back up and talk a little bit about the processing plant, because this is a fascinating place. Extremely shiny. When I walked in, everything was getting hosed down. So it probably starts with clean. Yes,
definitely. So with any food, you have to make sure that everything is super clean. And you can see behind me, everything has to be very, very, very clean, but also double checked, triple checked, and ensured that the cleaning process is working properly as well. We're fortunate in Ontario that Canadian milk, and Canada in general, Canadian milk is some of the best milk in the world, and we're so fortunate that you can know that there's no antibiotics. I think any dairy farmer will tell you how proud they are to be a dairy farmer in Canada. And first, we clean all of our production facilities, so that's any of our tanks, our fillers, of course the bottles that milk goes into. And then once the bottling and everything is ready to go, then we move the milk. So we move the milk from the farm to the processing facility, typically the day of that we're going to be doing the production. So it is very fresh milk.
Fresh, I'd say.
Yeah, I often say if you want milk fresher, you'd have to have a cow in the backyard. Luckily, no one wants to do that.
No,
so we're still in business.
Yeah, good.
So then we move the milk over and we pasteurize the milk, and we pasteurize it for 16 seconds. And then we cool it down right away to 4 degrees, put it up into 2 bulk tanks upstairs, and then we start filling our bottles, which you'll be able to see today.
Oh, cool. So then how do the bottles get filled?
Yeah, so we have a bottle filler, and what happens is a rotary filler. So the bottles get put onto the line, Before the bottles even get put onto the line, they go through quite a vigorous stage of cleaning.
Well, I was actually, your mother was showing me, and she's the official inspector, it appears,
Yes.
too, because she's checking all the bottles and putting ones that she doesn't like back through, and it's quite a process to get those.
Exactly.
So because that's a little bit unique, too, for dairy, is having that glass bottle that's reusable. It's not just a carton that goes in the recycling. You're getting all the bottles that went out, you're getting them back.
Exactly, yeah. So our glass bottles have a deposit on them, and then once you're done with your bottle, you bring it back, rinse it, because that's always awesome. Rinse it, bring it back, and then it goes through the washing cycle. Once it's washed, then we put them on the line and do just quality checks on those bottles to ensure that they're perfect before the milk enters into them. The milk then goes around a conveyor, and the milk is filled with a gravity fill, and then it's capped, labeled with the best before date, and then we check it on the other end, put them into crates, and throw them into the fridge until they're ready for the milk truck to the next morning to take them out.
Isn't that amazing? So then, with the eggnog specifically, because that's what's going through the line today, I mean, your cows don't give eggnog just because it's Christmas time.
Although I once had a kid ask if pigs made strawberry milk.
Well,
I thought that was pretty creative.
That's if a brown cow, the idea that a brown cow makes chocolate milk, which it doesn't.
No,
but
it does not.
That's getting clever. Then does like a hen give eggnog?
I don't know.
I don't know. But anyway, if the cows don't give eggnog, how do you turn it into eggnog?
Yeah, so we attach a very large funnel, and we add all of our ingredients into that funnel. And it's attached to a pump, which then pumps those ingredients into our milk and circulates it. Oh, yeah. So it's really just like a massive mixer. And actually that happens right here in this tank. Once it's mixed, then it again goes to the pasteurization stage and gets cooled off upstairs, and then again bottled.
Bottled like that.
Yeah.
So, and then and eggnog's really become one of the things you guys are known for. Like you go through quite a bit of a dairy product this time of year.
Definitely, yeah. So I think what makes our eggnog unique is that it's made with whole milk. So it's not like that thick, creamy texture. It's a very much more like sweetened milk taste. So we have some people that are not eggnog lovers. Sadly, I'll admit I'm one of them, who drink this stuff like it's going out of style during the season because it doesn't taste like the typical eggnog that you might find on the grocery store shelf. And I think with any small business, you have to be innovative. Yeah. And that's really what our family has decided, that if we want to survive in this world of business, then we need to be innovative, and we need to listen to our customers. And when they're requesting new products, to look into that and make small amounts, but try it out on the market. And because we're able to do that, we're able to make smaller quantities, we can kind of get creative and innovative with our products. And that's really what happened with the eggnog.
Oh, that's cool. So then, last thing, you said your sister and your dad kind of take care of the cows.
Yeah.
You and your mom are in here.
Yeah.
Like you specifically, Marianne, because you've been all over the world, lived up north. What made you want to come back to the farm?
Yeah, for sure. So in our family, there's a rule that you have to leave the farm for 4 years. It probably was because my dad went to university and then came directly back to the farm. Not that I think that he missed out on anything, and if anything, he's gaining it all with 4-H now, because he's very involved in 4-H.
Oh, cool.
But for us, it was to leave the farm for 4 years and gather up a toolbox of skills, and then if we were ready to come back to the farm, then there would be a place.
Oh, cool.
To be honest, I never thought I'd be back on the farm.
Yeah.
I always thought I'd be a teacher or go into politics or, I don't know, something interesting. But I think there's something about living on a farm and growing up on a farm that creates this entrepreneurial spirit. And when you get out to the real world and you start working for other people, whether it is in the political world or it was in the Arctic teaching, you learn a lot of interesting things that you can see about taking home and doing so much more with. So I love cows, but I didn't want to be milking cows every day.
Yeah.
I love human resources. I love teaching people about their food, and I love people. Yeah. So for me, coming back to the farm wasn't so much being right on the farm like my sister has a passion for, which is very lucky that we have two different passions.
Oh, obviously, yeah.
But once this opened, it brought an opportunity for both of my sister and myself to come home on the farm and be able to work full time.
Full time.
Yeah.
Together.
Yeah.
But in your own separate areas,
Exactly.
doing the stuff you like. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool. That's pretty cool.
So to be honest, like the reason why I came home was because the opportunity that was presented was so immense on both sides. And what's better than working with your family?
That's cool. Well, some people would disagree, but I have not. In agriculture, it's a whole new world. Like
Succession planning.
Well, people do. That's one of the reasons that everybody's in this.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
Well, thanks for the tour today, man.
Yeah, no problem.